Okay, it's already recorded. Okay, I will start the class. I think this will be the second class for our process performance evaluation. As I mentioned last week, so start from now on, we will start trying to use Aspen HYSYS for any evaluation that we will conduct during this class. And I believe that actually some of the material, for example, for today material, I already gave it to you during the process equipment. Yeah, but again, that I will repeat it again in order you to I can say that to repeat and then to also remind about the previous class about the HYSYS, so we will have a better understanding to have a good evaluation by using HYSYS as a software. Okay, and then for everybody, don't forget to tick your class presentation in academic.itb.acid. And also for the class material, I think I already sent it to you, yesterday or the day before yesterday. And then so if you have a problem related with the connection, so you can have or you can learn by yourself, and then this meeting is already recorded, so you can ask your friend probably, or you can just get it from the chat of MS Team. Okay, I will start the class today by using the slide presentation. It's related with the Aspen HYSYS. Aspen HYSYS is probably for okay, wait a moment please, because I have a call. Okay. Halo, Pudwina. Pudwina. Halo. Halo, halo. Okay, sorry everybody. Okay, I will go to the second page of the presentation. Okay, I think as a fourth year student of chemical engineering, you already know about HYSYS, Aspen HYSYS. Aspen HYSYS is one of the most popular process simulator in chemical engineering. Yeah, so for the oil and gas, petrochemical, usually they prefer to use Aspen HYSYS. And usually for the process simulator, yeah, the selection of the software is depend on the how accurate the data that present in the process simulation. Yeah. So as I mean that sometimes HYSYS also has a specific usage, for example, in oil and petrochemical. Yeah. But for the solid state processing, yeah, for example, cement industry, and then for the processing, for example, the what I can say the gypsum, for example, and then for the wastewater treatment that use the evaporation to produce the crystal, they prefer to use the Aspen Plus, yeah, because in Aspen HYSYS sometimes the property for the solid is not so much good, but Aspen Plus has advantage on this, yeah. And at the software, for example, if you ever heard that Promex, yeah, Promex one of the sample also for the chemical engineering, and in chemical engineering department of ITB, we have that software, license one, yeah. So if you have a chance, yeah, after the pandemic, for example, next semester, and if you want to try the many various software, process simulator software that we have, yeah, for example, the Promex. Promex is very powerful in sulfur and sour treatment, yeah. For example, for the sulfur recovery unit, yeah, usually people use Promex to simulate the condition, and also for the sour water stripper, for example, Promex is much powerful than other process simulation, yeah. And others, for example, Unisim, yeah, we also have that software, and then Pro2 and others, yeah. So we have various process simulator, yeah, and usually the process simulator is used because they have the database of physical and thermodynamical properties of component. Yeah, so we don't need to look at the textbook or find it difficulty, and then or to remember that one, because by using process simulator you can easily that find the property of the chemicals. Yeah, so this is the advantage. So that is the reason why every chemical engineers prefer to use the HYSYS or other process simulator to simulate the condition in the plant. Yeah, and then the second one, we can evaluate the steady state and dynamic process simulation. Yeah, or simultaneously we can do that one. Yeah, so we can have evaluation that is very complete. Yeah, the steady state one and also the dynamic one. Yeah, remember during the plant performance, for example, the plant startup or plant shutdown, yeah, they need the dynamic simulation because the condition is not steady state, yeah, the dynamic one. Yeah, so usually the process simulator have these two kind of features, which is the first one is the steady state evaluation, and then the second one is the dynamic evaluation. Yeah, if you have enough time, yeah, we will try to use the dynamic evaluation as one tools to evaluate the process. Yeah, so many condition, yeah, happen in the dynamic condition. Yeah, so I think it's good chance also, good experience for you. Yeah, as a fresh chemical engineering to understand about the dynamic evaluation. Yeah, probably at the end of the semester, yeah, we will try about the dynamic process simulation. Yeah, and then the evaluation is used for the first one is for sure for designing a process. Yeah, nowadays when you build a plan, when you construct a industrial plan, yeah, it's almost impossible that you will not use the process simulator. Almost all using the process simulator for designing uh, the process. Yeah, even for the single equipment, yeah, sometimes they also use the process simulator, yeah, to know about the size, for example, although we already know the equation, for example, to define the diameter of the vessel, the height of vessel, the thickness of the vessel, but again, due to the practical and then they have a limited time, they prefer to use the simulator, yeah, to obtain the diameter, the thickness, and etc. Yeah. The second one is for the modification. I mean that the improvement of the process, or if you need to enlarge the capacity of their equipment, they will do again. They simulate the existing process condition, and then when they modify it, there is a change in terms of process condition, for example, the flow rate, temperature, pressure, and etc. Okay, they will know the impact of that change to the, for example, the size of the equipment, whether it's still enough or we need to have the another equipment parallel, or just to stick with the current existing equipment, how we operate that in the safe mode. Yeah, and then for the third one is the for the troubleshooting. Yeah, if you have a problem, yeah, for example, in the last week I also mentioned to you about the some troubleshooting experience that I have. All actually use the process simulator. Yeah, for example, when we operate the distillation column, okay, we didn't produce, for example, the proper or correct specification of the product in distillate. Yeah, again, we recalculated using a process simulator at the time. Okay, and then we try to tune the temperature, for example, and then pressure, for example, to find in which pressure, in which temperature that we can obtain the proper or correct product of distillate, something like that one. Yeah, so again, then the process simulator is could be the key in here to evaluate the condition, especially for troubleshooting. Yeah. And then the last one is the understanding for the existing process. Yeah, if you heard the name of OTS, Operator Training System, yeah, is a part of the process simulator. Yeah, so they use the process simulator as the software, and then they connect what is the DCS, distributed control system, the control of the plant, yeah, to the process simulator, and then by changing, for example, the pressure, the flow rate, the temperature, they will know the impact of the change to the whole plant performance. Yeah, so this is the reason why process simulator is so powerful nowadays. Yeah, and then for the Aspen HYSYS itself is a Microsoft Windows based application. So all feature in the Windows will be applied for the Aspen HYSYS. So for the one that has the Mac, for example, I heard that they have difficulty how to install and etc. Yeah, but yeah, you can use the computer in our computer lab. Yeah, to use that one, or you can use the double system of operating system in order to you to able to use the Aspen HYSYS. Yeah, as Microsoft Windows application, so you can implement all of the feature of the MSC Windows except undo. Okay, you have experience about that one. So if you make a mistake, by putting wrong number in terms of pressure, for example, or temperature, yeah, and then you cannot do the undo. Yeah, so remember about this limitation by always saving your simulation. Yeah, so if you have a problem, and then you can reopen your previous simulation and then start with the new evaluation. Yeah, so always remember that this undo is not applied in the Aspen HYSYS. Yeah, and then this is the step for the simulation by using the Aspen HYSYS. Yeah, one, the preparation before the simulation is carried out. And then number two, determination of the simulation basis. Okay, and then third, building a PFD simulation. Number four, running the simulation. Number five, checking and analyzing the result. Okay, and then number six, probably could be the simplest one, is preparing the report. Okay, and then I will start from the preparation of before the simulation. Okay. Point A is quite important because you have to define clearly about the problem. Okay. In this point, you have to understand clearly, okay, what is exactly the problem. And then you have to decide whether this problem actually can be tackled by using the process simulation or not. Okay. Sometimes so many problems that actually we cannot tackle by process simulation. For example, the problem of leak. Yeah, leakage is quite difficult to be simulated. Yeah, sometimes that when we have a leakage, yeah, we just I think it's for the leakage, it's much better that you use, for example, the calculation by Excel, yeah, to know about the mass balance when the leakage occur. Yeah, so you don't need necessary to have a process simulator, yeah, to have that problem related with the leakage. So point is quite important, which is you have to define clearly the problem that you have. By defining clearly the problem, actually you already solve around 40% of your problem. Okay, but when you have a problem and you are not clearly about the problem and you try to solve by a process simulation, it will have a problem during the simulation itself. Okay, you are not certain about the process, for example, the temperature, pressure that you applied during the simulation. So point A, you have to very understand about your problem, and then if you can define it clearly, so the simulation will be easier, much easier. Yeah. And then point number B, determine whether simulation is required or not. Yeah, the one that I mentioned. Yeah, for example, the leakage is not necessary actually that you do the process simulator to simulate the leakage problem. Yeah, although still it's possible, yeah, but I think much better you use the mass balance calculation using the Excel, okay, or you calculate by yourself, yeah, to conduct that. Okay, and then point C, creating or implementing an effective simulation strategy. We will learn about that one. And then D, translating the PFD into the PFD of the simulation. Okay, especially when you have to evaluate the existing plan. Okay, the plan already have the existing PFD. So in this case, you have to transform, okay, from the plan PFD into the simulation PFD. Yeah. And then point E, identify all necessary component that involved in your simulation. Because why? Yeah, if you have so many unnecessary component and then you put it in your simulation, so your simulation is getting very slow. Yeah, even sometimes have difficulty in terms of convergency. Okay, so again, okay, put only necessary component that involve in the process simulation, okay, on the process in the plan. Okay. And then point F, identify various operating condition, yeah, pressure, temperature, flow rate, it should be defined, the component composition, and also should be very clear. Okay, I will continue to the point number 2, determination of a simulation basis. The first one is selecting unit that you will apply, whether you will use the international standard or ISI, and then whether you will use field standard, for example, by using UK standard or other standard, for the unit. And then point B, selecting the component. G, choosing the proper or correct fluid package. Because why? When you select wrong package, so it will your simulation will not be very close to the result in the plan. I give you an example. When you deal with steam, for example, use the fluid package of ASME steam. On other type of fluid package that related with steam. Don't use the, for example, the Pengeribinson, and also the other Swaff-Reddick-Wong, to simulate about the steam. HYSYS already prepare, already put the steam package for to define or to operate the steam during the simulation. So select the proper fluid package will be very important here. Because if you select not correct fluid package, so the result could be different. Especially in terms of the steam, when you use the other fluid package rather than the ASME steam, sometimes the condition is quite different. For example, the saturated, superheated, saturated temperature, saturated pressure is not correct. Not 100% correct. Or even that the capacity of the steam is quite different. So the suggestion even from HYSYS also give the suggestion then when you deal with the steam operation, so use the proper fluid package, which is ASME steam or other package that related with steam. So this is very important relating with how selecting the proper fluid package. And then point D, determining the component of a hypothetical. Hypothetical means that this component is actually not real, but is a lump or combination of various single component. For example, in the plant, for example, in petrochemical, we frequently find about component, for example, C6 plus, carbon 6 plus. So it's mean that this component is a lump, is combination, all carbon or all hydrocarbon that has the C number above 6. So they define as a single component called as hypothetic component. And then point E, define the reaction set. So you have a reaction, so you need the reaction set to allow the reaction to occur in your simulation. This is the definition of a simulation basis. And then point number 3, building the PFD simulation. Stream identification, I think I already mentioned during the last class of process equipment, how we identify the correct stream. Remember about the variable of what is the one that we have to define the component. The one that we have to select whether we will use the pressure, temperature, vapor fraction, or stream enthalpy. And then the last one is that we have to define whether we will use the volumetric flow, mass flow, or we will use the liquid standard flow. This is the things that we have to find the data, and then we have to put in the simulation to obtain the correct stream. Yeah. And then point B, determination the unit operation. Which unit operation that we will use? For example, we will use the whether two-phase separator or three-phase separator. Yeah. So if we want to separate the gas and the liquid, so it is enough that we will use the two-phase separator. Yeah. But if we want to separate gas, light liquid, and heavy liquid, so we will use a three-phase separator. So this is the simple example to determine the correct operation unit. Yeah. And then point C, logical operation. Yeah, jadi logic operation we have in HYSYS set, yeah, adjust and recycle. Yeah. And then we will use that one to evaluate or to select the proper condition for our process. Yeah. And then point D, connecting the PFD component. Yeah. And then E, modifying the appearance or enhance or improve the appearance of our simulation. Yeah. E is actually that only we just rearrange our simulation to have a good appearance. Yeah. Not to be very complicated one. It look complicated. Yeah. It make easier for us to evaluate. Yeah. And then step number 4, which is the running the simulation. Yeah. Point A and then point B actually is depend on the yourself or your preference. Yeah. Whether you will use the batch-wise or step-wise execution. Yeah, or you will use the interaction or automatic equation. Yeah, so it depends based on the preference of the people. Yeah, when you prefer to have the automatization execution, so you can just turn on the simulation, yeah, to be very automatic. Yeah, when you put something and then they will directly calculate and then you can see the result. But sometimes this make a problem when you connect with the other unit that required iteration. Yeah, sometimes automation make the simulation getting worse, especially if the simulation not go to the it goes divergent, yeah, not into convergence result. Yeah. And then point C, using the utilities we will learn in this class as well. And then using facilities for analysis purposes, we have so many. For example, that pipe sizing, tray sizing, also vessel sizing. Yeah, this is the facilities that is given by HYSYS, and we'll try to utilize it during this class. Okay, and then using the optimization facility also. HYSYS provide the optimization. So if you want to have the, for example, the process that require smallest consumption of utility, yeah, you can do the simulation, yeah. And then the point F is related with the advantage of template, subflow sheet, and then multi-fluid package. Okay, we will learn about that one. Okay, number 5. Step number 5 is about the checking the result. Okay, and then the analyzing the result, and then number 6 is preparing the report, balance, and then Excel spreadsheet. Okay. Okay, from this explanation, is it clear to you, or do you have any question related with how do we prepare the simulation, yeah, process simulation? Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if it's clear, so we can go directly to our case, yeah, because something like this one. One of that okay, the comment from the previous batch, yeah, that is already graduate 2016, yeah, the fresh graduate, our fresh graduate of chemical engineering, they prefer to have many cases during the class of process plan performance. Yeah. So from now on, every week I will give you a case, yeah, a chemical engineering case that I took from the project that I have. Yeah. So remember the meaning of the project that I took. So it will be close to the real one. Yeah. So not coming from that what is, for example, the workshop that done by someone. No, it's based on my experience. Yeah. Even that evaluation for today also I did. Yeah, for a company. Yeah, for national company that wants to realize a project related with the LNG. Yeah, so okay, and then if you don't have any question, I will start the yeah, I will stop sharing and then I will share again, but I will use the wait a moment. Why it's my PDF is not okay, this one. Okay. Okay, how about the this PDF? Okay.
It's visible, sir.
Okay, okay. So we will start with the liquefaction of a natural gas. Yeah. Okay, for today, we will learn about the self-refrigeration of Linde process. Yeah. Self-refrigeration means that the feed gas, yeah, it will be used to refrigerate or to liquefy the gas itself. Yeah. So we don't require any external refrigeration. For example, if you have what I can say, air conditioning in your or home, yeah, usually they will use the what is that? I think it's not using refrigeration, yeah. For example, propan refrigeration. Yeah, propan refrigeration. They use the propan as the refrigeration, okay, to liquefy or to cool down the temperature. But in this case, it's different. Yeah, we use the self-refrigeration system, which is not required the external refrigeration to produce the liquid LNG. Yeah, the process, by Linde. Linde is a main player in LNG liquefaction. Yeah, and then they have various process. Okay, one of the process is a self-refrigeration process. Yeah, the process flow diagram is shown in this screen as well. Yeah, and then I have methane gas. The temperature is 30 degrees C and the pressure is around 1.2 kilo. Yeah, this gas will be liquefied. Yeah, using the Linde process. Yeah, and then the gas will be compressed from P2. Yeah, can you see my pointer or not?
Yes, we can see it, sir.
Okay, if you can see my pointer, so it's good. Yeah, so because I will point some stream, you will understand in which stream that I describe. Yeah, the gas will be compressed from P2. P2 is the pressure in stream number 2 until the P3, stream number 3. Okay, because of the compression, yeah, the temperature will be higher. Remember about thermodynamic. So in this case, we connect, our evaluation with the what is the science of thermodynamic. Yeah, when you compress a gas, you will have the outlet, the output of the gas will have higher in terms of temperature. So similar in this case. Yeah, after you compress by using this compressor, and then they will result the stream number 3, which is the temperature is much higher compared to the temperature of stream number 2. Okay, although it's not defined, but okay, because of the science of thermodynamic, I will know about that one. Yeah, temperature of 3 is very high. Yeah, so is that the reason why we have to put the cooler, okay, to reduce the temperature from T3, temperature of stream number 3, into T4, temperature stream number 4. Okay, so in this case we reduce the temperature. After that, okay, we have to reduce further the temperature until the temperature stream number 5. Okay, and then we have a GT valve, which is a kind of valve. If you know that valve is used to reduce the pressure. Okay, after reducing the pressure, you will have the two-phase fluid. Okay, the first phase is gas, and then the second phase is liquid. Okay, because we have two-phase liquid, we have to install the V100, which is the two-phase separator. Two-phase separator has a function to separate the liquid, which is this called as the LNG product, or liquefied natural gas product, and then the gas will go out from the top, okay, as stream number 8. Because the temperature of the 8 is still very low, yeah, as you know, the LNG, yeah, is the liquid phase of methane, yeah, or dominant methane. Usually it's around 90% of the natural gas is contained of methane, yeah, 85 till 90%. So you can imagine the temperature of the liquefaction at the atmospheric pressure, it will reach around 155 or minus 163 degree Celsius. Yeah, so it's very cold. Yeah, very low. Yeah, and then this low temperature we will use further. Yeah, to reduce the temperature of T4, which is the temperature it's stream number 4, to go to the temperature of stream number 5. So you can analyze by knowing about this unit operation. So it's mean that the T4 temperature of stream number 4 will be lower than temperature of stream number 3. And also the temperature stream number 5 will be lower than temperature of stream number 4. Okay? And then my question to you, how about the temperature of 8 and 9? Which one is higher? The temperature stream number 9 or temperature stream number 8? Who can answer my question? Which one is higher? Temperature stream number 8 or temperature stream number 9?
Number 9, sir.
Okay. So, yeah, because the stream number 8 absorb the heat coming from the stream number 4, and then the temperature stream number 5 will lower than 4. So some portion of the heat or Q will be absorbed by stream number 8. It will make the temperature here, stream number 9 will be higher than temperature number 8. Yeah. So, and then because it still contain of natural gas, yeah, so we cannot discharge this one. We cannot emit. Yeah, it's still a valuable component. Yeah, so we have to recycle it. Yeah, we have recycled. Yeah, and return to the mixer with the feedstock, yeah, or with the fresh input of a natural gas, yeah. By doing this mixer, so we compress again, and then resulting stream number 3, and then we cooled by using a cooler, and then we have the stream number 4, etc., etc. Yeah. So, okay, please explore the influence of the P3, which is pressure number 3, simulated from 20 till 100 kilo, yeah, to the SPHP. SPHP is specific brake horsepower. R for specific, B for brake, and then H for horse, and then P is power. Similar to SBHP is actually that the specific energy required to produce a specific number of product. Yeah. So because this is the specific energy, the specific consumption of energy to produce, for example, 1 ton per day of LNG. So if you have a lower specific energy, much lower, okay, or smaller specific energy, it's mean that your process will be much efficient. Yeah. So much efficient, much good. Yeah. So the total consumption of energy from the utility will be less. So the consumption of the OPEC, operation expenditure, will be less. Yeah. So okay. I think it's clear, yeah, related with the explanation of self-refrigeration by Lindy. So we will open the HYSYS, yeah. Okay, so I will share my HYSYS. Yeah, I think it's better that I share screen, yeah, to share my desktop. Okay, and then how about my HYSYS? It's already appeared in your screen, in your laptop?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So this is the front interface of a HYSYS. When you open the HYSYS, so directly you will have the screen something like this one. Okay. So again, this is a window-based software. You find the ribbon here in the top side. Okay, and then the file that you can open, okay, or if you want to make a new one, there is 2 options here. For example, open the previous cases that you have. Okay, please click the open. But in the case that you want to make a new one, okay, you can just click the new one here. Okay, so in this case, I will click new. Okay. Yes, this is one is a bit slow. Yeah, so I think it's depend on the processor, depend on the speed of that, and also the memory of your laptop. Yeah, whether you will use I just experienced with the HYSYS 4.2 or 5.1. Yeah, at the time HYSYS is still belong to the Hyprotech. Yeah, the program is very light. Yeah, and then very fast. Okay. But start from the Aspen 8, 9, and then currently Aspen 10. Okay. Probably almost the source is almost 2 giga, and then it's very big source. When also sometimes the installation is not smooth. Okay, so become complicated. The good thing from this development of the Aspen, currently there are so many features that we can use for the evaluation. Okay, for example, I just give you an example that the good things of the current HYSYS is related with the hydrodynamic of the distillation column. Yeah. 5 years ago or 4 years ago, yeah, I asked the student to create the performance curve of the hydrodynamic of the distillation column. Yeah, but because this already present in the current HYSYS, yeah, so I have to shift the homework, yeah, from the previous in making the hydrodynamic hydrodynamic of the process performance of the distillation column, and now it's just evaluating. Yeah, because why? Yes, HYSYS already gave that process performance, yeah, plan performance of distillation column, so you do need to make it. Yeah, long time ago you have to make it. Yeah, I will give you an example how few years ago people make the plant performance related with the distillation column. Okay. Yeah, I have also example in the, for example, Badak LNG. Okay, they make it by yourself. Okay, and then now they already did in a HYSYS, and then it's very convenient. Okay, and then when I click the new tab, so I will have this screen. Okay, and then for this one, yeah, first that I have to think is related with this properties. Yeah, and then in the left frame you will see the properties. Okay, the red one, white and red, it's mean that it's not complete unit. Okay, you have to make it complete. For example, in terms of component list and then fluid package. Yeah, so what you have to do, yeah, when you click the component, for example, so your frame in the middle actually show you the things that you have to complete it. Yeah, as you know, in the component list there is no component. Okay, we cannot do the simulation without component. So you have to add or you have to put, okay, your component in this table. Okay, so please click the add, okay, and try to find the component that used in your simulation. Okay, and then remember, in my case, that the case that I have is related with the methane. Okay, so in this case, that I will try to find the methane. Okay, for example, C1. Okay, this HYSYS will point out, okay, oh, there is C1 which is methane. Okay, you can click this one, okay, and then add. Oh no, not okay. And then after you click methane, so methane will move, okay, from the selected table into the sort the left table. Yeah, so it means that if your component is already in the left, so it will be included in your simulation. Yeah, so we have to again to think about the how many component that we will use. Okay, it's depend on the cases that you have. Okay, don't put unnecessary component in your list in the simulation, because why? It will make your simulation become heavier, yeah, and also sometimes the convergence is not it's very difficult to achieve that one. So put or add only necessary component that required by your simulation. Okay, and then my simulation is just use only methane. So from the red color, it's now become blue thick blue. Okay, so it's mean that is already complete. Okay, if it's already okay, so I will move to the fluid package. Okay, And then in this fluid package, I will try to find which fluid package that proper my case. So I will click add. Yeah. In here, there are so many fluid packages that you can select. Yeah, this is the good and also the bad of the HYSYS. Yeah, it's mean that this HYSYS will offer you so many fluid packages in this case. Yeah, so up to you. You can select any fluid package, but when you select the incorrect fluid package, yeah, so your result will be very incorrect as well. Yeah, so the correctness of your result is depend on which fluid package, which correct fluid package that you will use during your simulation. Yeah, okay. And then for this one, for the hydrocarbon, usually HYSYS will give you a suggestion on it, yeah, that will use the Peng Robinson as the fluid package. Okay, if you use the steam, for example, the one that I mentioned during the slide presentation, you can select whether you can use the, for example, ASME steam or NBS steam. Yeah, to correctly calculate or evaluate the property of steam. Yeah, but don't select NBS steam or ASME steam for current simulation because I use methane. Okay, methane is not proper for ASME steam or NBS steam. So I will select the proper one. Okay, so in the proper one, okay, based on the suggestion of the Aspen HYSYS, okay, you can select, for example, the Peng Robinson. If you try to find the help of Aspen HYSYS, you can you can, if I'm not wrong, it's just FN F1. Let me try. Is it correct? Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is the Aspen HYSYS help. Yeah, just click the FN plus F1. Okay. This is the help from HYSYS. Yeah, and also the this one. Yeah, this is the table how HYSYS recommend about the fluid package that you have to select. Yeah, for example, when you want to study about the hydrate formation, okay, use this fluid package. Yeah, when you use the acid treating cases, please use this one. Yeah, and then for sulfur, using the sulfur recovery system. Yeah, and so many. Yeah, and our case is that for the LNG. Yeah, LNG compression and also regasification, HYSYS suggests use Peng Robinson and Soaf Reddy Kwong. Yeah, so we will use this one. Okay, so just follow the suggestion from the HYSYS, and usually HYSYS already conduct disconnect ya. Oke, Samuel, can you guide me? In which topic that I got frozen?
I think around 1 minute ago, sir, from now.
Okay. So I mean that is wait a moment. How about the help of HYSYS? I already shown to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So from this explanation, is it clear to you? Yeah. How to put how to add the component and then how to select the proper fluid packet? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. I mean something like this one. The help of HYSYS is becoming a good guide for me until now, based on my experience. Okay, yeah. So I have various experience regarding about this one. Okay, yeah. The one that called me this morning, also actually asking me tomorrow to meet with me. Okay, yeah. Because you have a problem related with the sulfur, okay, sulfur crash in the in the Balikpapan, okay, refinery in Balikpapan, okay. So by doing the proper selecting of the fluid package, okay, you will have the good simulation, good product, good evaluation into about the result of your simulation. So again, understanding about that one is very important. Okay, and then after that, okay, I will go to the simulation. Okay, can you show the my HYSYS? Can you see? Can you see my HYSYS in your screen?
Yes, sir.
Oh, still okay, yeah. Okay, and then now we have a quite complex screen when we enter the HYSYS, yeah. But don't worry, we will learn one by one from this class, okay. The first one that we have to think is related with the unit set. Okay, this is the unit set, yeah, and then you can click the unit, yeah, and then you select which unit that you want to use, yeah. Actually, that because I already have so many simulation, okay, I already create so many what is that unit set name, because every plant, every industry, okay, has different. Okay, sometimes they combine between standard unit, okay, with the field unit. Okay, even with the field unit, sometimes they have the different. Okay, for example, I get just give you an example. Okay, in Exxon usually that Exxon Mobil is use the standard unit SI. Okay, but for the Pertamina and then for others company, they prefer to use the field unit. Okay, so it's preference on that company, which company that they prefer to use for the unit of the. Okay, we can have at the top, for example, field unit, okay, standard unit, Euro standard international, or other. Okay, yeah. So after selecting, for example, I select the field unit, okay, or I select the SI unit, okay, depend on you, okay. And then for me, it's much better that I will return back to the case. Then I have to know about the, oh, okay, in temperature, I will use the degree C. In terms of pressure, I use the kilo. Okay, so it's mean that I will readjust, yeah, I will readjust my unit, yeah, following that. I will check the temperature. Yeah, for example, here in the temperature PQRST temperature is already degree C. And then how about the pressure? The pressure, because it's a kilopascal. So what I do is I just copy, yeah, and then because I copied, so I can change the unit. For example, the pressure I will use kilo. This one I will select the kilo. Okay. Other than that, I have the mass flow rate in ton per day. Yeah, so I have to use the mass flow rate. This one in kilogram per hour, so I will change into tonne per day. Okay, that one. Yeah. After selecting the correct unit, so I will click OK. Okay, so again, it's important that I just put the value of my problem into the simulation easily. Okay, I don't need to change or to transfer the different unit. Okay, because I already make it similar to the case that I have. Okay, and then after that, okay, there is also a pop-up. The name is the model palette in here. Okay, actually it collect all of the unit operation that you can put in your simulation or stream. There are two stream. The blue one is the material stream, and then the red one is the energy stream. Yeah, so don't put the mass flow rate or component in energy stream, or the opposite. Don't put the heat duty in the material stream. Yeah, it's different. Yeah. So if you want to put the methane, so you have to select the material stream. Something like this one. Okay. And then again, okay. This color mention about the specification of the stream. Okay. Light blue, it's mean that there is something that actually is not still not correct or not complete. Okay. What you have to do to complete is double click the stream number 1. Okay. And then first is go to the composition. Yeah. And then try to put the fraction of the composition, because methane is the only component that we have, so we have to put the value of 1 in here. Yeah. If you have more than 1, so you have to define the value depending on the composition that you have or mentioned in the problem. Yeah. So yeah, the total mole fraction, the total should be 1. Yeah, in this should be 1. Okay, so if your total is around 0.8, so HYSYS will adjust, will normalize into the total is 1. So remember to check. Yeah, when you have more than one component, you have to check that the total mole fraction should be 1. Yeah, so because it's already 1, so I click OK. Yeah, okay, and then HYSYS will also guide you how to complete this stream. Yeah, there is a yellow line here mention unknown temperature. Okay, temperature is located in the condition, so just go to the condition and define the temperature that you want to have. Okay, and then I will go to the case that the methane in the temperature of 30 degrees C and the pressure of 1.2. Okay, so I just put in here 30 degrees C, okay, and 1.2. You can see if you already adjust the correct unit, so you will easily just put the value, okay, in your whether temperature or pressure. Okay, and then how about the mass flow rate? The mass flow rate in here, I will know that is the inlet is stream number 1 and the outlet is stream number 7. Is it correct?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it correct? Yeah. Stream number 10 is recycle. Okay. So if I make a black box, yeah. So the the box will have only single input, which is stream number 1, and then single output, which is stream number 7. Okay. So if I have the stream number 7, the flow is 1 ton per day. So the inlet will have flow
The
of
same.
the same. Yeah, only 1 ton per day. Okay. Although that information is not put it in the what is in the problem, we can know it by the mass balance of the system. Okay, so you have what you have to do. Okay, you can put in here the mass flow. It will be 1 ton per day. Yeah. Okay. After you put the component, temperature, pressure, and flow, you can see now is the yellow line. Okay, it becoming a green bar. Okay, and then it's mentioned okay. So you already successful to make a well-defined stream. Okay, and then you see the color here from the light blue now becoming the dark blue. Yeah, so it's mean that dark blue is the defined stream. Okay, and this is stream number 1. We already define it. Yeah, when we look at the case, so we will have the mixer. Okay, let's put the mixer in here. Yeah, I will go to the model palette. Okay, and then I found a mixer in here. Okay, and then in here again, when you put something, so it become red. Red means that it's not well defined, similar to the material stream. So what you have to do, double click it. Okay, and then first is connect the inlet stream with the unit operation. Okay, I will connect this one. Okay, and then the outlet, for example, I will give number 2. Okay. In every unit operation, okay, there will be a parameter that you have to think about. Okay. Even for the mixer, you have also the parameter. Please go to the parameter, and what you have to think. Okay. The thing in here is related with the pressure equalization system. Okay. By default, HYSYS will mention that the outlet pressure, okay, the outlet pressure, it will select the lowest pressure of the inlet. Okay, this is the default of the HYSYS. Why the default is something like this one? This is to make the simulation much faster in terms of convergence. Yeah, so yeah, but this is actually not the right one. Yeah, in the plan, yeah, all of the inlet will have the same pressure. Okay, when you select outlet to the lowest inlet, okay, for example, you have inlet A, inlet B, inlet C, and then this is outlet D. Okay. When you have outlet A is the highest, for example, 10 kilo. So the top one is a pressure of 10 kilo. And then the lowest one have what is the 1 kilo. So the outlet will have, by selecting this one, the pressure will be 1 or 10?
1, sir.
1 kilo. Okay, this one will be 1 kilo. But in realistic, this will not happen. Why? Because in the case that this is 1 kilo, I mean the lowest inlet 1 kilo, and then the outlet also 1 kilo, there is a probability that the inlet A, which has the pressure of 10, will also move backward to the inlet C. because this is 1 kilo and also this 1 kilo. Yeah, there is a probability that they will move to here. So because of that, yeah, because of that, so we usually in terms of mixer, yeah, we change the selection of the pressure assignment into the equalize all. It means that the inlet A, B, or C shall be have the similar pressure. So there will be no the backward direction of flow. Yeah. So because of this pressure is similar, so the direction will go forward, not to the backward. Yeah. Backflow is very common. Yeah, happen in the oil field. Yeah, because why? Because we don't have any balance in terms of pressure. For example, the A has very high pressure and then the C has lower pressure. Okay, sometimes the C cannot come to the mixer. Why? Because blockage by the flow of A. Yeah, so it's very common about this one. So when you be a piping manager or piping engineer, okay, please consider about that one. Okay, in terms of pressure drop, okay, in terms of that pressure in the mixer, okay, whether the all of the inlet pressure have the similar pressure or not. If not, there will be a backflow. Okay. In the case of the backflow, so usually that we produce something, now we lost something because your natural gas, for example, not coming to your plant, but it will goes to another well, for example. Okay, this becoming the major concern, yeah, in the, for example, in the upstream industry of oil and gas. Yeah. Okay, I think it's clear. So you have to change into equalize all. Okay, and then I will go because this is only mixer. So the definition of stream number 2 will be copied to number 1 to number 2 because there is no other stream. Stream only 1 and go out only number 2. So it will be the same. Okay, and then after that we put the compressor in here. Yeah, again the color is red. What we have to do, we have to double click it. Yeah, and then after double click it, yeah, select which stream will be the inlet. We know about the stream number 2, and then the outlet will be stream number, for example, number 3. Yeah, and because of the compressor is a rotating equipment. Yeah, rotating equipment means the equipment that always move during the operation. Yeah, for example, the pump and the compressor, you have to put the energy stream. Yeah, and then for energy stream, I can say about the Q, for example, K100. K100. Q, it means that it will be a Q or heat. Okay, usually in thermodynamic for the heat, we symbolize with the Q. Okay, and then K for the compressor. Okay, and then 100 is the unit number unit of that compressor. Okay, so QK100 is the energy stream for this compressor. Okay, similar to the mixer, every unit operation have parameter, so you have to go to this parameter. Okay, and then this is the parameter that used in HYSYS. Okay. They have the default value of adiabatic efficiency is around 75%. So you have to change when you have existing compressor with the correct value. This is just the default value from HYSYS and you can change it. Okay. Yes. So again, that you can change this value. You have to select whether you will put adiabatic efficiency or polytropic efficiency. You cannot put both. Yeah, you have to select. Because why? The adiabatic efficiency and polytropic efficiency is just a matter of different equation. Yeah, but it will use the same value of inlet pressure and outlet pressure. Yeah, so just select the one. If you want to use the adiabatic, so put the value in the adiabatic, but leave it empty on the polytropic efficiency. Yeah, something like that one. Okay, and then this is operating mode, centrifuge and receiver or screw compressor. Again, it's depend on your cases. Yeah, and then curve that you will have. Do you have only single molecular with curve or multiple IGV curve or other? We will learn about that one. Okay, about that one about the curve. Okay, performance curve, and also the pressure spec. You will define the delta P or pressure ratio. Okay, and for me, actually, that I will do is I will select the pressure of 3, which mentioned that start from 20 to 100. Yeah, this pressure stream number T should be the value between 200 and 20 and 100. Yeah, so I will just select, for example, 50 in the middle. Okay, again, what I was saying, yeah, when you increase the pressure from 1.2 to, for example, to 50 kilo, yeah, your temperature will increase drastically. Before you have the temperature of 30, and now your temperature is 433 degrees. Why something like that one? It's related with the science of thermodynamic. Remember about your thermodynamic. Yeah, so you want to increase something, so it means that is the temperature also will increase. Yeah, so almost impossible that you increase the pressure but you maintain the temperature. Yeah, it's very difficult. Because why? Because when you increase pressure, so it means the kinetic will be increased, and this kinetic will transform into the temperature. Yeah, so the movement of the molecule will be very very crowded there. So because the collision, the movement, it will create more pressure, more temperature. Yeah. So the outlet of number 3, we have to cool down by a cooler. So select in the model palette a cooler in here. Okay. And then connect the cooler with inlet number 3, and the outlet is number 4. Okay. And again, because a cooler heater, okay, is correlated with the energy, absorb energy or producing energy. So you have to put the energy stream. Yeah, for example, Q for energy and the E for the exchanger. Yeah, and then 100 for the number of unit. So actually, it depend on you which one. Can, yeah, it's still from the red into the yellow. It's mean that this there is something that's still not defined. You have to go to the parameter again. In the heat exchanger, yeah, you have to understand that you have to define the delta P, yeah, delta pressure. Okay, the delta pressure is actually is real in the plant. That you have to define. Yeah. How about the delta pressure of the heat exchanger? Usually it depends whether your fluid is located in the tube or in the shell. In the shell, you will experience with a lower pressure drop, but when your fluid is located in the tube, so it will experience with a high pressure drop. Yeah. And usually or generally, yeah, for the pressure drop in that tube, it will be around 15 psi or 1 bar. Yeah. So I put in here is 15 psi. Yeah, and then unknown duty. Yeah, it will be mentioned in that here, that is T4. I can reduce high temperature 33 into the 34, which is the temperature of that this one will reduce to 30 degrees C. When I put the 30 degrees C, so okay. Now the cooler already dark blue. This one also dark blue. Okay, so it means that is already well defined. Yeah, number 4. Okay, and then after that, okay, we have the gas heat exchanger. Okay, put it heat exchanger. Yeah, here the unit, go to the middle palette, and then you can find the heat exchanger in here. Yeah, I put little bit in the bottom. Yeah, and then I will connect. It's still red, the color. Okay, and then what I will do is in the tube side, the inlet will be 4. The outlet will be no, I think, yeah, tube in this around 5. Okay, and then for 5, 8, 9. 8, 9. Okay, similar, still yellow. It's mean that there is something that still we don't have a proper specification, so we go to the parameter. Okay, this one for the cell side, the one that I mentioned to you. Okay, in the cell side we have very small value. Okay, we can set 5 psi, for example. Okay, because usually in cell side is 0.001 bar. Okay, almost no pressure drop there. Okay, but for the tube side, we have experience similar to that one, which is we set around 15 psi. Yeah. Okay. Okay, still not solved. Okay, it's okay. Okay, I will change first about the icon here to make it similar with the case that I have. So I will put in here. Okay, and then I rotate this one. Yeah, and then I flip. Okay. Okay. How about if we continue this one? So we will continue with the GT valve. Okay. I will put the GT valve in here. Okay. GT valve again. This will use to reduce the pressure. Okay. To reduce the pressure. Okay. So what I will do is to connect with the stream number 5, and the outlet will be number 6. Okay. And then this stream number 6, I will connect to the separator. Okay. Because I only require 2-phase separator. Okay. Not necessary for me to select the 3-phase separator, because I want only to spirit, gas, and liquid. Okay. Okay, I will connect again. This one is stream number 6. Okay, and the liquid product will have stream number 7, and then the outlet will have stream number vapor outlet 8. Yeah, and in order to have the same unit, okay, image of units, I will change the icon. Okay, like this one. Okay. Okay. This is the product LNG that I have. Okay. And then this one. Okay. And remember, this one will go directly to the recycle. So I will set this pressure, yeah, the pressure of 9, it will have the same pressure with stream number 2, yeah, which is stream number 2, and then pressure stream number 1 is the same, which is 1.2. So I will have this one, I will set this one is around 1.2 as well. Okay. Okay. Wow, still yellow, sir. That is not solved yet. Yes, because why? Because we did not define the temperature outlet in here. Okay, so I will try to define the temperature. Okay, let in here. For example, I will try to set, okay, by just adjusting this one is around maybe, I don't know, yeah. We will define correctly later, but we will give the gas value is probably around 100 minus 100. For example, how about minus 120? Oh, yes, sir. It's already solved in all stream, but not in this one. Okay, let's check this one. Okay, why is it still becoming yellow? Okay, what we have to do? Oh, temperature cross. How can we find the temperature cross? How to evaluate the temperature cross? Go to performance and then go to plot. Okay, and then for y-axis, select the temperature, and then for your x-axis, select the heat flow. Okay, you can see in here. Okay, there is a temperature cross in this area. Okay, it's already correct that line 4 till 5, which is, oh, this one. Okay, this one is the heat stream. Only part of this one is correct because this is the hot stream, and then this one is a cold stream. Okay, and then there is temperature cross in this area. So what you have to do, okay, because we define this value incorrectly, so we produce this kind of temperature cross. What you have to do is try to change your gas. Yeah, probably, for example, for me, try to make it lower. I don't know which is lower or middle higher. Okay, I try to make it lower. For example, minus 150. How about if I select minus 140, oh, still temperature cross. Yeah, and getting worse, I think. Okay, let's change into higher temperature. Okay, now minus 120. Oh, still. Yeah. How about minus 100? Oh, still. How about minus 80? Okay. Can see hot fluid is already above the cold fluid. It's already correct. No temperature cross. But why still low? Oh, FT correction factor is low. In this case, you have to go to the design again, and then parameter, and then okay, uncheck this one. Okay. Why we have FT correction flow? Remember that the FT is used because you have the heat exchanger, which is not 100% cross flow direction. Cross flow, I mean that is what is the flow is not co-current but counter current. Yeah. In the case of counter current, so the FT should be the value is the around 100. If you have the one part of your heat exchanger is co-current and other part is what is counter current, so you have to put the correction factor FT. Okay, why? Because you have to calculate which there is an area that not 100% counter current flow. Yeah, remember, if you have counter current, so your heat exchanger will be very long. Yeah, and then remember during the what is heat transfer class. Yeah, in order not to make it your heat exchanger too long, yeah, usually you put, for example, 2 pass, yeah, and then for the tubing, and then single pass for the shell. Okay, still remember, yeah, about that one? Hello, everybody? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, that is why we have FT, because of, for example, in here is that we have tube to pass. To pass, it's mean that the flow of in the tube, yeah, usually bend, yeah, bending, make a bending, yeah. So it's mean that is in one side, it goes from the left to the right, but after bending, the flow will go from the right to the left. Yeah, so probably from this internet will can show you, for example, image google.com. Yeah, heat exchanger. Nah, for example, which one is this? Nah, okay, this one. Yeah. This is the example of two pass. Yeah, I mean that is this is the flow. Yeah, which is from the left to the right. Yeah, but in the top side, your flow will be right to the left. Okay, so this is the same like G. This from the right to the left, but in the top side from the left to the right. But how about the flow of in the cell? Okay, the cell is always from the left to the right. Okay, so in the bottom side, it will be perfectly counter current flow. Yeah, but in the top side, it will be co-current flow. Yeah, co-current means that is the flow in the shell will have the same flow in the tube. Yeah, so in the bottom it will counter current, but in the top it will be co-current. Yeah, so it's mean that is in this heat exchanger not 100% counter current flow. Okay, why is always counter current? Because in the counter current, it will have very effective heat transfer compared to the co-current heat exchanger. Yeah, so we always in terms of heat exchanger, we always compare to that counter current. So that is the reason why we have used FT correction. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and then FT correction, usually the value is around 0.8 till 0.9. If this perfect counter current, it will be 1. Yeah, so depending on that, okay, how many percent of your system counter current, because when you have, for example, two pass is 4, it will have the FT will be different. Yeah, so in this case, we try not to use the FT, yeah, because we will not do the any design. We just use the mass balance. So after this, so you understand that you will have the product. Yeah, your system is okay. Yeah, but your product is still very low. Okay, remember this one, only 0.02. Okay, don't worry about that one. We will solve later. Okay, and then after that, yeah, this stream number 9, it should be mixed with the stream number 1. Yeah, but what happened when you directly do that one? Yeah, so it's mean that like this is one, all becoming light blue and becoming yellow. Yeah, why? It is because of the problem of chicken and egg. Yeah, if you want to calculate 9, so it means that you need the definition of stream number 1 and stream number 2 should be well defined. Yeah, but when you connect this one, so it's mean that to calculate number 2, yeah, you have to be very good in terms of definition of stream number 9. But again, number 9 need the definition of stream number 2. Okay, so which one the first or which one later, it will become a problem when you connect directly stream number 1 into the mixer. So what you have to do in that case is actually that you give the recycle. Okay, I have recycle in here. I have recycle, and then okay, I add the additional stream. Okay, and then I connect the stream number 9 and then stream number 10. Okay, and then what else? I will connect it to the this one. I add stream number 10. Okay. Okay. So we avoid the problem of chicken and egg. Yeah. To calculate stream number 2, we need the gas from the stream number 9. Yes, I give you the gas. Yeah. The prediction. Yeah. The prediction is given in stream number 10. Yeah. And then I can recalculate again the stream number 2 based on the total of stream number 1 and number 2. Yeah, because stream number 2 is already defined and I follow this process, so I can now produce a new result of stream number 9. Yeah, and stream number 9 is already well defined, so I transfer the information to stream number 10 as a guess, a new guess, as new prediction, and I combine with stream number 1 in this mixture, so I have the new definition of new result of stream number 2. Okay, and then stream number 2, following the process, I will get again the new result of stream number 9. I will transfer the information to stream number 10, and then I will calculate again in the mixer, and then I will have the new calculation of stream number 2. That's continue until it converts. Yeah. Okay. Now we can see in here. Yeah. I have the only 0.7. Okay. Because the inlet is 1 ton per day, but the product is only 0.7. So there should be something wrong in our recycle. So what you have to do is try to make it more in terms of that sensitivity. Okay, more tight in terms of sensitivity. Okay, what I have to do, this one, the sensitivity is 10. This is too big. Okay, so allowing so many error. In order to tight this sensitivity, what I have to do is make it smaller. Yeah, for example, I have a problem with the flow rate. Flow rate number 1 ton per day, so the product should be 1 ton per day. So what I have to do, yeah, I will reduce it. First, I will reduce to 5. Okay, it's increased. But still, sir, I have still difference. Okay, let's make it smaller. Oh, it's now getting closer. But still, sir, I'm not satisfied with this one. Yeah, because it should be close to 1. Now it's still 0.95. Okay, let's make it better. Okay, it's close to 1.0. Now still 0.98. Yeah, okay, let's make it smaller. 0.3. Okay. 0.1. Okay. 0.99 Z99. Okay. So it's close to 1. Okay. My suggestion related with this one, actually just don't make it too tight. Yeah, if you make it too tight, so it's mean that the convergence is quite difficult. So sometimes if for example, in this case, if I have the difference less than 5%, so I can say that is based on the engineering value, the difference less than 5% is enough. Yeah, because if you want to try to find the difference is around 1% or less than 1%, yeah, it will be really that your numeric problem here will be very big problem for you. Yeah, so you need to be very careful to set the this one. Okay, and then after that I have to calculate the HPHP. Okay, and then I will go to this one and then I will add the spreadsheet. The spreadsheet, yeah, it shows something like this one. Okay, it's almost same with the Excel. Yeah, but not what is as flexible as Excel, but it's almost similar. This is the spreadsheet analysis of SPHP. Yeah, SPHP is calculated based on the value, which is the consumption of compressor. So Q compressor, I will take from this one. Yeah, but I will try to find which is the value is in kilowatt. Okay, this is in kilowatt. I just copy, Control C, and then I paste in here in B2, Control V. Okay, and then for this one is the product flow rate, which is LNG flow rate. In terms of LNG flow, directly I will copy from that this one, which is the mass flow. I will copy also this one. Okay, and then SPHP, it's mean that, okay, the consumption that I have to put or I have to introduce to the system to produce the LNG. So it's mean that it should be that B2 divided into B3, which is has the value kilowatt day per ton. Yeah, this is the value of HPSP of this system. Okay. Okay, anybody? Do you have any question regarding with the first case for the second class of today? Do you have any question, any suggestion, any what else that you want to ask to me? Yeah.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Yeah.
My name is Farrell. Do we have to start the processing from feed, or we can start from maybe heat exchanger or separator?
Regarding this simulation?
Yes.
Okay. Can we start from, for example, the heat exchanger, from separator or any kind? I can say it's actually depend on your problem specification. Yeah. Why I start from the stream number 1? Because the definition of stream number 1 is clear. Yeah, mentioned in this what is in this problem specification. For example, gas methane at the temperature of 30 degree and pressure of 1.2 kilo will be liquefied. Yeah, so it's mean that the definition of the problem is coming from the feedstock. Yeah, so coming from the number 1, which has clear definition. the composition will be methane, the temperature will be 33 degrees C, and then the pressure will be 0.2 kilo centi square. Yeah, you can also start, for example, from the inlet of the spirator. For example, stream number 6. But you have to define in stream number 6, for example, how about the flow rate? How many ton per day? And how about the temperature? How many degrees C? And how about the pressure? How many kilo? Yeah, if you have the definition such kind like that, yeah, for example, gas methane entering the separator at the temperature of some things and then pressure of some things entering the separator and produce the LNG. Okay, if the definition is something like that, so Farrell, you can do that one. Yeah, so it's depend on the what is problem definition that you have. Okay, it's clear, yeah, Farrell, yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's depend on the situation of the problem. Okay, then the data that you have. Okay, sometimes also we don't need to simulate the complete recycle of the system. For example, that you already have the division number 6, you only calculate about the, for example, the production of LNG. Okay, so you don't need to have this circulation. Okay, just start from number 6. Put the separator and then find the stream number 8 and then stream number 7. Only that. So again, depending on the cases and the problem that you have. Okay. Is there any else question? Any other question? No question? How about today class? Is it clear? Not clear? Confusing? Too fast? The pace is too fast or the pace is too slow? Or any else comment? Yeah, because it's the you say that it is too slow, sir. So okay, in the next class related with the piping system, I will make it a bit faster. Yeah.
I think the pace is enough, sir.
Oh, the pace is enough. Okay, okay. So it's clear, yeah. Yeah, that is important.
Yes, sir. The price is enough.
Okay, okay, okay. So you can okay. Okay, okay. Thank you very much for your attention. Okay, but still you can give your comment, your suggestion in our WhatsApp group. Okay, and then I will save this HYSYS file and then I will upload it in the MS Team file. Okay, similar like yesterday. Yeah, when I gave you the material for today class. Okay, I think it's okay, yeah. Yeah. But
Yes, sir.
my HYSYS will have the what is the version of okay, HYSYS version 10. Okay, wait a moment. I will make sure that okay. I will make sure that it will be okay in Teams and then in the class number 3. Okay, I will upload file. Okay, I already uploaded. Okay, okay, you can see in the MS Team files of class 03. Okay, I already upload the HYSYS for today. Okay, so you can by seeing the recorded video, yeah, you can repeat to do by yourself for your exercise. For today, there will be no homework, yeah, because I believe that the second case you already did during last semester, and then for the next meeting we will have a case about piping, yeah. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, because I have to go to hospital. So thank you very much for your attention. So see you next week. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.